Just looking at a couple of things like when you can't find fault codes, to go over and look at what's actually happening. I've had air filters where they've actually kinked. That'll give no code. I'll have suction control valve. This thing will tell you that there's a fuel leak on a code. And then the injectors, they seize up. So you can take the wire off and see which cylinder's playing up as it's running. That won't hurt you. And you can just have a look at things, see what's going on. Sometimes you get stupid things happening. So if the turbo's spinning on the front housing, doesn't mean, like on the front cover, which is the pressure side, doesn't mean that it's actually working. Could be another problem, wastegate, the vanes aren't moving, seized, or you drop the wheel down the exhaust pipe and the front is turning by vacuum. I've seen that before too. Never put your fingers in there when it's running either. So it's a good idea to go over things and have a look, because these things won't pop out fault codes sometimes, or most vehicles. So if it's lacking a lot of power, I'd have a look at this too, especially on the twin turbo one. I haven't got one here at the moment, but they sit down the front of the motor, these. And it's very common around the 90,000 on a twin turbo model. They play up and they will not give a code. As long as the solenoid or resistance is right, it won't throw a code, because it thinks it's working. Even though it's not moving in and out or doing what it's supposed to do, like the injectors, that doesn't mean anything to the computer. It just knows the resistance is right, and look, it might trip the oxygen sensor or something because the NOx are high, meaning running lean, or something like that, COs. But besides that, it's very hard to get any sort of code. Like, you have to check the battery voltage. Could be a battery voltage problem. But honestly, have a look at these problems first before you start digging too deep. And I found that the biggest problem with power lately is the crank angle sensor getting dirt on the magnet. I haven't got one here, I can't find it. It's in the car somewhere, I don't know, it's in the boot. But honestly, have a look at that. Take it out, clean it. It's on the bell housing on the right hand side if it's right hand drive. So stop that side, undo it, pull it out, clean it. So that definitely makes more power again. And resetting the suction control valve, this thing. You can reset it by turning the ignition on and waiting 3 seconds, pump 5 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the throttle, and wait 7 seconds and count at 7 again, and then you hold your foot flat and you'll see the engine light starting to flash on the dash, and that makes power too. So these are just mindful things to have a look at before you go crazy. I've had people pull their hair out and can't find out why it's lacking power. Even the fuel rail, well, it can lie, that sensor on there, and tell you that your fuel pressure is completely different. People trick them to actually pump more fuel in the engine to make them go quicker, and they throw a fault code anyway. But that's another thing, you're going to throw fault codes, and or not, and lie. But it's something really to have a look at. Anyway, I hope it helps you out.